have Phalaenopsis orchids that have finished blooming, but you're not sure how to care for them so they can continue growing healthily and bloom again? Then be sure to watch until the end of this video, because today, I'll guide you step by step through the process of restoring and caring for your orchid after the flowers have faded. With just a few simple ingredients that you probably already have in your kitchen, you can make an effective organic fertilizer to help the plant recover, develop a healthy root system, and encourage the growth of new flower spikes. If you apply these methods correctly and care for your orchid consistently, new flower spikes will soon appear and produce blooms that are just as spectacular as the first time. Now, let's get started. First, carefully inspect the entire orchid. If the old flower spike has completely dried out or turned yellowish-brown, use clean scissors to remove it. Removing flower spikes that have finished their job allows the orchid to direct its energy toward the roots leaves, and future flower buds. In addition, removing these damaged parts promptly helps limit the development of fungal diseases on aging tissues, keeping the orchid cleaner, healthier, and in better overall condition. Next, examine the entire root system. Healthy roots are usually green or silvery in color and feel firm when touched. On the other hand, any roots that are dry, hollow inside, soft, mushy, or dark brown should be removed completely. Use clean, sharp scissors to carefully trim away each damaged section until only healthy roots remain. In addition to the English voice, we have now created dubbed voices in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian to help you understand the content more easily. Listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on Settings, the gear icon, to select the appropriate audio language. After completing this step, the orchid will have better airflow around its roots and a lower risk of disease. Now, I'm going to use cinnamon powder to treat the fresh cuts on the orchid. Cinnamon powder is a natural ingredient that is highly valued by many orchid growers because it helps protect fresh wounds after pruning. I'll sprinkle or apply a thin layer of cinnamon powder directly onto each cut surface. This thin layer helps the wounds dry more quickly, reduces excess moisture, and lowers the risk of fungal infection while the orchid is recovering. You don't need to use too much, simply apply a thin coating over the cut surfaces. Now, let the orchid rest for one day so the cuts can dry completely. To prepare a supplemental fertilizer for the orchid, today I'll use white rice. Rice contains B vitamins, amino acids, minerals, and organic compounds that are beneficial for plant growth. To prepare the solution, I'll use 3 tablespoons of white rice. Then add about 500 milliliters of clean water. Next, stir well so the nutrients from the rice begin dissolving into the water. When rice is soaked or rinsed, some of these nutrients dissolve into the water, creating a natural nutrient solution that is very beneficial for orchid roots and leaves. Rice water also contains starch, B vitamins, and trace nutrients that help support beneficial microorganisms in the growing medium, allowing the orchid to absorb nutrients more efficiently. After stirring, cover the container and let the solution steep for 1 day to create a natural nutrient solution rich in beneficial compounds for Phalaenopsis orchids. After 1 day, strain the solution through a sieve, removing all of the rice and keeping only the liquid. If you have questions or want to share about orchids, please post on the community tab of the channel. Let us exchange and learn orchid care experiences together every day. The next ingredient I'm adding is vitamin B1. Vitamin B1 helps orchids recover, reduces stress, and encourages the development of new roots. Next, dilute the rice water with 1 liter of clean water. Stir the solution until the vitamin B1 has completely dissolved. At this point, the solution is suitable for regular use without putting stress on the orchid's roots. Method 1. Wipe the orchid leaves. I'll use this solution to wipe the orchid leaves. Soak a soft cotton pad or a clean, soft cloth in the diluted solution. Then gently wipe the entire surface of each leaf, including both the upper and lower sides. Regularly wiping the leaves not only removes dust from the surface, but also keeps the leaves clean, helps them absorb light more efficiently, and improves photosynthesis. At the same time, the natural nutrients in the solution come into direct contact with the leaf surfaces, helping the orchid maintain glossy green leaves and better overall vigor. When wiping, handle the leaves gently to avoid damaging the natural protective layer on the leaf surface. I usually perform this method about once every 2 weeks to keep the leaves clean and healthy. Which country are you watching this video from? It's wonderful that we can connect with each other from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button to support me and not miss any orchid care tips. Method 2. Mist the orchid. Pour the diluted solution into a clean spray bottle. Then spray it evenly over the entire plant, including both the upper and lower surfaces of the leaves. If the orchid has plenty of aerial roots, you can also lightly mist them to increase humidity and help the plant absorb nutrients. Misting allows the natural nutrients to be distributed evenly across the surface of the orchid, while helping keep the leaves clean and fresh. The best time to spray is early in the morning or late in the afternoon, when temperatures are not too high. Repeat this method approximately once every 2 weeks. Method 3. Water the growing medium. I'll gently pour the prepared solution over the entire surface of the growing medium in the orchid pot. The solution will gradually soak in and spread throughout the root system. As it moves through the growing medium, the natural nutrients will be distributed more evenly, allowing the roots to absorb the nutrients they need during recovery and new growth. This method is especially suitable for orchids that have recently been pruned, repotted, or are developing new roots. Only apply enough solution to evenly moisten the growing medium. Avoid overwatering, which may leave excess water in the pot. After finishing the treatment, I usually use a soft cotton pad or a clean soft cloth to gently wipe away any remaining solution from the orchid leaves. This step helps keep the leaves clean and dry, reduces water from collecting in the leaf axils, and lowers the risk of fungal diseases and leaf rot. With just a few minutes of regular care, your orchid will have better conditions to recover, grow vigorously, and prepare for producing new flower spikes in the future. If you're enjoying these plant care tips, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more simple, effective gardening advice. Tap the bell icon so you never miss a new video. And let me know in the comments which plant you'd like to see next. Your support helps this channel continue sharing helpful content with plant lovers around the world. Thank you. Results. After about 4 months of consistent care, the orchid begins to produce new flower spikes. This is a sign that the plant has recovered well after its previous blooming cycle and has stored enough energy to begin a new stage of growth. In addition, the root system becomes much healthier. You can see new root tips continuously emerging, growing longer, and displaying a healthy green color. This shows that the orchid is absorbing nutrients efficiently and has adapted very well to its current growing conditions. If you continue providing proper care for a little longer, these flower spikes will gradually develop into full-sized flowering stems. The flower spikes will continue growing longer and produce many new flower buds. When the right season arrives, the buds will gradually open, restoring your Phalaenopsis orchid to the same spectacular beauty it had when it first bloomed. Not only that, an orchid with a healthy root system and proper nutrition will usually produce longer-lasting flowers with brighter, more vibrant colors. That is the well-deserved reward for your patience and proper care. What do you think of today's Phalaenopsis orchid care method? If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share it with your friends and family so more people can learn about this method, and subscribe to the Wonder Garden channel so you won't miss more simple, effective gardening tips that you can easily apply at home.